Hey, what's up, everyone? In this video, we're going to be looking at some changes to the MyListing worksheets. I've been hard at work at updating the existing worksheets, and there is a new worksheet out today called the Listing Packages Worksheets. So we're going to get into that and talk about how you build your listing packages, the features, the way they look on the pricing tables, and that sort of thing, and how these worksheets can really save you a lot of time and headache. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in from the MyListing Club website. Right there on the homepage, there will be a box where you can click on MyListing Worksheets. That's going to bring you to the screen that we see here. And as it says here, build smarter, launch faster. I've already got a video on what these worksheets are all about, so I'm not going to go into depth again with that. I mainly want to introduce the new listing packages worksheet and then briefly show you some updates to the past worksheets. I've been hard at work at trying to fill out every single thing I can think of. There's a lot to it. Okay. So let's skip down here. I've got these reordered now that we've got a fourth worksheet in. We've got a new order now. So you just complete these in order as you scroll down the screen here. Worksheet 1, Worksheet 2, Worksheet 3, and Worksheet 4. Now, 1 and 2 could be interchangeable, whether you do the taxonomies or the listing packages. The listing taxonomies take the longest typically, so I like to get clients started on those right away, and then they continue to build. So you could flip-flop 1 and 2 if you really wanted to, but those first two are really needed before you get into the fields and you get into the listing types. Okay. Now the alternative here, and I've seen it fail time and time again, is what MyListing website owners will do is they'll go into their site. Let's say they download the demo from the MyListing developers, and then they get in there and they start clicking around. So for example, here I am in one of my starter sites, the upcoming Canvas starter site. And let's just pretend like we've got the demo in here. Okay, we're going to go in here. We're going to go into listing types, and you've got some demos in there. And then you click in there, and you just stare at this screen, and you're like, "Well, where do I go next?" And they're clicking around through all the stuff. They don't know what some of the stuff means, and they're just guessing. And then they jump into the fields, and then let's say they go into the products field, like I'm showing here. They have no idea about package visibility. They have no idea what the repercussions of showing or not showing a specific field in the listing comparison pop-up is, and so on and so forth. And another really annoying thing that people will find out is when you're going through all of this stuff, and let's say for whatever reason you need to step away or go to another screen or whatever, and you click up the update button, MyListing is going to dump you right back at this screen. So then you got to go back into the tabs that you were in and figure out where it is that you're working on and that sort of thing. This is not to say that the worksheets are going to prevent interruptions in your life, but what they do allow you to do is you've got the worksheet pulled up, let's say for the fields, on one screen, and you've got your listing type pulled up on another screen. You can literally just go from the worksheets screen over to the listing type screen without having to bounce around it. You just go through and you fill in all the information. The same thing is with taxonomies. Let's say you want to fill in your categories. You have the categories pulled up within your taxonomy worksheet, and you just sit in here and you just drop them in one by one. This is of course assuming that you're adding these all manually, which is what most people do. All right. So it's better than clicking back and forth and all of that stuff, because you can miss things. Another great thing about the worksheets is that consistency. So making sure that you check all of the boxes. You don't assign a custom icon to one category or tag, and then you forget to assign it to another. You assign package visibility to one field on one listing type, but you forget to assign it to that same listing type or same field in another listing type. It's just a way to really make sure that everything is done consistently, if that makes sense. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and look really quick at what's been changed here, or what's been updated. If you look here, I've got a restaurant demo tab here. This is literally the listing type demo. This is a demo from a listing type I built with the upcoming Canvas starter site. So what I did was, as I built out the restaurant listing type, I went in here and I made sure that it was literally the same as what I put in here in the demo as far as taxonomies. Okay. So what you can do is just clone this tab within your own Airtable account, and Airtable's free. I'm using the free account. So you'll just go down here and you'll click this copy base icon and drop it into your own Airtable account and create a worksheet called Listing Taxonomies, drop it in there, and you're good to go. And you've got everything in here. But you can interact with this. You can't change any of my settings, but you can interact with this as if it was a live Airtable base of your own, right? So you'll just look at the demo, understand what I've done there, and then you can clone it within your own Airtable account. You just clone the tab. They call it a base, or sorry, a table. You'll just clone the tab and then start building it out for yourself. All right. The get started instructions are here. They tell you the order to go and things. It's really simple. Here's some definitions to help you understand what each of the taxonomies, what they are. Again, here's the demo. Here's the taxonomies at their core. This is just showing you what all is available. Okay. So what you'll do is you'll actually clone this taxonomies tab, and then you'll use my restaurant demo as a reference to build out your own here. All right. It's pretty simple stuff. Helpful links here. There's a link to the MyListing project template, to the massive guide I got on how to build a MyListing website, and then videos. Okay. So some helpful links there, but back to the demo here. You'll see here there's a description, and some of these just to kind of give you an idea of what you could put in there for a description. A couple notes here on like parent, child, region taxonomies and how that might be laid out. Okay, but this is a simplified version. You're probably going to have a lot more categories, a lot more regions. Obviously, you're just going to have the one listing type at the top, and you get the idea here. Okay, so that's real quickly a rundown of the listing taxonomies. Looking at, we'll skip the listing packages. We'll come back to that last. Listing fields. This is where this is one of the places where tons of work has been done. If we look in the demo, this is again the exact demo of how I built the restaurant listing type for the upcoming Canvas starter site. So everything in there is in there with how I built it. If you look hover over the information icon and the individual fields, or the columns, whatever you want to call it there. There's explanations, there's education in all of these. Okay. So you see how much is in here. I'm just going to keep scrolling to the right. There's so much in here. And it covers every single possible feature, setting, whatever. There's education, like I said, in here, advice, tips, tricks, that sort of thing. Okay. So it's kind of like the taxonomies. It is like the taxonomies. I give you the base here of everything that's possible. These are all the different types of fields that are possible. You'll just duplicate this tab, use my restaurant demo tab as a reference, and build it out for yourself. Again, helpful links. All right. Same thing there, same helpful links, same steps to get started. I think that'll make sense to you. A ton of work was done in the listing steps. This is the final step. You need the listing packages, you need the taxonomies, and you need the fields before you can even begin building the listing types. Otherwise, you're doing, like I said, and you're hunting and pecking around, just jumping all over the screens. Where did I leave off? What have I done so far? That sort of thing. Okay, but a lot of work has gone into this. You can see all of the areas. I try to cover every single area. So the general tab, the fields, that's just going to tell you to go and complete the fields worksheet. That's all that means. But there's a single page, preview cards, search forms, and so on and so forth. So let's look here at just the general tab, for example. Again, education. What does this mean? What image size should I have? So on and so forth. Just tons of stuff in here. Preview card. Tons of stuff in here. Okay. All right. So I think you get the idea. Now I want to look at the new listing packages worksheet. So this came about, in the MyListing project template. I've got this stuff too, but it's not as easy to follow in that project template because it's more of just a checklist. this is a way for me to really educate people, as I've shown you, with tips and tricks rather than just a checklist. All right. So what happens a lot of times is when I work with clients or even building my own sites, it'll be a lot of back and forth. So what price do you want this plan to be? What do you want to name this? Is it monthly? Is it or annual? Is it a subscription or the default MyListing package? Is there a free trial? Is there a setup fee, a sign up fee? All of those things. And it's like so much back and forth and so much that can be missed. It's like, this is a way of just getting rid of that time issue, the consistency issue, making sure there's nothing missed. That's why these came about. So again, there's a get started tab, and it's just getting started tab, and it's just the instructions, really, really simple. Just follow those steps, definitions, what each of these products are, what they're for. If you click into here, you'll see some education and so on and so forth. Looking at the restaurant demo, this is exactly how I built the restaurant listing type for the upcoming Canvas starter site, and the exact packages that I used and how they're configured and whatnot. Education again, and a lot of these columns, like what's the point of all this? And you'll see there's quite a bit in here. Okay. What you put in here is going to determine how your pricing tables work, for one. So let's quick look at that. So here's the pricing page for the upcoming Canvas starter site. What you put into this worksheet is what defines, the name of the package at the top up here, the price, the monthly or annual, the features that are in here, that sort of thing. Okay. So real important stuff. Listing subscriptions versus listing packages. Are you going to use the WooCommerce subscriptions plugin to do subscriptions, which I highly recommend you do that instead of the built-in MyListing packages? What are you going to use there? If you're going to use the listing subscriptions, we need a group product. Okay, so it's got a little column there for, have we completed this stuff? To keep us on track. Is it a promotion product? What are the prices of all of these products? Okay, again, is it a monthly or annual? Is there a sign-up fee? Free trial? Is there free trial period? What's the free trial period? Is there a sale price? Is there a sale start date? A sale end date? What's the product description? Okay. What else? Oh, yeah. So I say product description, listing feature. So if we click into this, we see this right here. This is how this is built, those features. Okay. So I've got each of those in there from the actual starter site. Redirect URL. Do you want to, when someone purchases this package, do you want them to be redirected somewhere? I do that with a code snippet. I've got instructions here on which code snippet to use for that. Really, really simple stuff. Listing limit. How many listings should they be able to publish based on the package? Do you want to limit that further by listing type? So like, for example, if we're allowing a total of 4 listings, do you want to allow 1 restaurant listing and maybe 3 event listings? What do you want to do there? Listing duration. This is more for listing packages and not subscriptions. How long do you want that subscription to be published for that package? Do you want these listings to be featured? Do you want them to be marked as verified? Do you want the package to be able to be used to claim listings? What else? The disable repeat purchase, that's for free products typically. Do you want to enable that so people can't buy the free product over and over? Is it claimable? Can people use the products to claim stuff? Claim the listings. Product image. Do you want an image to appear at the top of in between the package name and the price? Do you want an image to appear in here? So you would link to that. Obviously, if it's your own site, you don't necessarily have to link to it. You could just put in the name of your image or whatever just for your own reference. But if you're working with a web professional, give them the link to where they can pull your image, right? If it's a subscription, if you're using listing subscriptions, you need this group product to allow upgrade downgrades. Make sure you configure that link to those products that are part of that upgrade downgrade process. What else do we have here? Promotion duration. If it's a listing promotion package like these bottom 3 I have here, how long should those be promoted? 7 days. I have 7 days here, 14 days, and 28. What should the priority be? The default priority for featured listings is 1. So what do you want the priority to be for these? You can set different values. The higher the value, the higher the priority. That sort of thing. Helpful links. Same links, except for on this one, I've included a link to the listing product packages. So if you don't want to build all of these out by hand, you can get these from the club. So I'll show you those really quick. Go to resources, and we're going to sort products here by product packages. Okay. You can download these pre-made, and eventually, probably today, it will be today, the Canvas products packages will be in there. So you can download all of those pre-made, ready to go. So with that, you don't need to go in here necessarily and fill out all this information. It's ready to go for you. Okay. Okay, guys, that was a lot to say, more than I thought it was going to be. But I really wanted to introduce you to the new worksheet that's in there. These are highly beneficial, even if you've had a site for a while and you just want to double check that you've checked all the boxes. Cross your T's, dotted your I's. You've done everything you need to do, or maybe to be inspired to do something else. Maybe you didn't know something was possible. If you are building sites for other people, this is where it is really, really awesome. Get a club membership. You just need the lowest tier membership. Grab these worksheets, use them over and over again for client projects. Use them for your own projects. Just highly valuable stuff for how little price they are. It's just the entry level is just a club membership, and you get these. The final thing I'll say is these are live. So if I go in 5 minutes from now and I update anything in any of these worksheets, it's going to be live in here, and you're going to see that in real time. Okay. So I think that was the final thing I'll say there. All right, guys. Hope all is well, and I will catch you in the next video. See ya.